You're not selfish for wanting to be treated well. Hey there, how's it going, you guys? Thanks for joining me for another episode of Bitcoin and Coffee. I'll be your host, Eugene Forrest. So, what are we looking at tonight with these crazy cryptocurrency markets? Well, we're up 2.5%, right? Coming in at 10,400. Still, it seems like the general ideal that people are feeling, or the sentiment of the market, is that we might be breaking to the downside here. People are starting to lose a little bit of faith, a little bit of hope, right? It seems like this always happens when we move sideways for too long in Bitcoin. I guess, the thrill seekers that are here, the gamblers, the day traders, they got to keep the hype going, right? They're here for the juice. They got to keep it hooked up. And, when the price is going sideways, they start to fizzle out, right? And they start to say, oh, we're going down. They start to complain. They bitch. They moan. Well, ultimately, we know that the price of Bitcoin is going to go up. Are we going to see a higher price than 14,000 before the end of the year? That's anybody's game right about now. Do we see all-time high hash rates telling us that people believe that there's, value behind Bitcoin, and these people are trying to get in before the halvening, right? Because it should be in May of 2020, maybe a little sooner if the hash rate continues to keep climbing. And we know that Bitcoin is speculated on fairly well, but it does have a real world case scenario use, right? Like the people in Venezuela, border remittance, all of this other stuff. You can't factor the halvening in, right? You can't do like what was done with Litecoin, where you factor the halvening in beforehand. And we seem to be seeing this as altcoins are not doing very well, right? And everybody seems to be coming back to Bitcoin and wanting to use possibly leverage trading as their new gambling mechanism. All right, well, let's stop in with the chat and see what we got going on. Unfortunately, we don't have my co-host Samantha out here joining us this evening. She's over there slaving away for the man. She should be clocking out and heading home here. Oh, actually right about now. So let's see, what do we got going on over here? Zach Bendero. Nice, buddy. I'm glad that you can make it out here, my friend. What do we have? Andy Anderson. Hey, Bitcoin gang. XYZZ. Nice to see you out here. Always, you guys, hit the thumbs up button. It helps the video out a lot. It'll push the notification maybe to some more people. They'll be able to join us before the end of this live stream, because we're here to spread Bitcoin awareness, right? Every time we get out here, the number one factor of why is every time we talk about Bitcoin, we're spreading awareness, right? Eventually, people need to be educated. They need to come together. They need to talk about it. It's how decentralization works, right? Decentralization works through everybody coming together and deciding and working on this stuff in a fashion like this, right? Has no marketing department, so I'm the marketing department. All right. Well, as I'm looking over my paper, I'm realizing, I don't really have a bunch of notes for today. I seen, the standard news topics that everybody was talking about. And of course, it does seem like the price and the news tend to go a little bit hand in hand. When we see the price of Bitcoin moving sideways or slowly sliding down, not a lot of news, right? Well, I mean, we do have the French government pretty much not in favor of Libra. Well, we've seen a lot of governments out there not really in favor of Libra. We also have seen the protesting that happened over in France. So, of course, why would they want, right, a FANG corporation to be able to come in with its own type of money and be able to circumvent the French dollar? It doesn't really make any sense. And this is why, we've talked about this before, right? Libra has been a topic of conversation quite a bit through a lot of different cryptocurrency channels. I try to steer clear of the topic because, yes, I mean, it is going to do good things for us out here in the cryptocurrency space, because it'll make cryptocurrency more realistic to the average everyday person. Maybe eventually, right, in time, they'll see that the decentralized cryptocurrencies are the better cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. Anything in the chat, you guys? You're not giving me much to work with. Please, if there's anything you guys want to talk about, anything you guys got going on, of course, comment in the chat. Let me know what you got going on. This is definitely a chat-oriented show where we want to talk about what you got going on out here. Other than that, let's see. What else was some of the big news? Quantitative easing over in the UK. right? The European markets happening in November. Right. There's been signs all over the place that, fiat currencies aren't doing that well, right? Signs of flashing recessions, not only UK, America, Australia. I'm not one of those mad, crazy prepper people. I'm not saying you got to go out there and spend all of your money and buy all the Bitcoin you could possibly do. Like, I don't know, our good friend Vention does. But it's always good to have a little bit, right? And even more importantly, it's always better to have a good Bitcoin cryptocurrency education, right? To understand what the technology is, what it can be used for, and how to utilize it, right? So that at the time ever did come, you know what you're doing, right? You have that as a tool in your arsenal to be able to possibly start getting your money out of the country so that you can make the jump out of the country, so that you can circumvent the possible restrictions that could come down the pipeline, right? Because we keep talking and we keep seeing things about how the dollar bill, right, the fiat currency of whatever country you live in, isn't doing that well. And what is that going to mean? What is the long-term prospect of that? Well, it means that the divide between the haves and the have-not is going to start to grow, right? The middle class shrinks. And as you see the middle class shrinking, you're going to see just endless droves, right, of people that are struggling to survive, trying to figure it out, trying to go from endless job to endless job, right? Especially as we start to see meaningless tasks out there being taken over by automated systems, right? Robotics, AI. It leaves her the bleaker outlook of the future of mankind. And cryptocurrency and Bitcoin is definitely something you can do to start circumventing these things, to start trying to care about yourself and your personal finances and being able to take care of your family and put them in a situation where possibly if you obtain debt, are we going to see that your children become responsible for it in the future? Right? What is going to happen when debt becomes massively out of control? All right. And a chicken. There's always some chicken crowing around here. And Bitcoin Jake, nice to see you, buddy. I'm glad you could make the episode. You guys, if there's anything you guys want to talk about, please go ahead, comment in the chat. Let me know what you got going on. Other than that, I just thought I was going to get out here tonight. Of course, I can't let too many nights pass without somebody getting out here on Bitcoin and Coffee. If Samantha can't join us, just chat a little bit. Make sure we stay in contact. Talk about the cause, right? The revolution, how Bitcoin is going to change the world. And that every Satoshi is pretty much, to mark against it, right? Every time you go out and you buy Satoshi, you're participating in the revolution because you're saying that you're going to go out and you're going to participate in a decentralized currency because the fiat currency is no longer working for you, right? And as you partake in the new system, it empowers you. I don't know. I've told you guys that we've, stopped accumulating, right, at this point for the moment. See what happens. See what happens when the price pans out a little bit. See where we are in a couple weeks, right? Because that technical analysis is telling us to look towards the end of September, beginning of October, to see either for a breakout or a breakdown. I just never put eggs in a basket type deal. I'm not saying that I got money riding on anything. I really don't care which way it goes. But of course, when it breaks down, when it's available to me, if I have extra cash, I always go ahead and take advantage of it. But right now, there is an extra cash to be able to go out and purchase Bitcoin, especially on these prices on the other side of $10,000. It's about continuing to fight in the revolution, right? It's about being able to figure out what I can do out here in the Bitcoin cryptocurrency markets to be able to just spread the awareness, continue my education, just keep it moving, right? Not let it fizzle out. That's what happens. People get bored, right? If there's not that juice, right, happening, they're over it. They're off to the next thing. Well, it's okay to take breaks here in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. I don't know. I'm in it for the long haul. I'm not giving up. I'm going to be here as often as possible. Been trying for the everyday, slipped up, didn't quite make it yesterday, but the news has been lax. So, without having that much to talk about, I know you guys don't want to come out and hear me rant every single day. Andy Anderson, you bought some more yesterday. Nice. Well, at least you're up 2.5% today then, my friend. It's always nice when you buy and the price of Bitcoin goes up just a little bit. I mean, is it a little bit of a fake out? Are we going to slide back down? Who knows, right? Who could tell what's happening with the price of Bitcoin? The whales are manipulating it. The halving's a little too far off to really get the escalation going. What we're waiting still to hear what the word on the ETF is, but it's not looking amazing at the moment. I don't know. We've come a long way still, back in the beginning of all of this. When I started up, from then to now, night and day, right? And I'm sure that I'm going to be saying that in another year or two down the road as I come out and I continue to do Bitcoin and coffee. I'll be saying, oh, yeah, remember when we were hanging out at $10,000 and where we are now, night and day, night and day. Well, right, that's how adoption happens. That's how awareness works. It's slow progression. Oh, worldly traveler, nice. From Brazil. Awesome. Amazing, you guys. I love it when you guys are out there exploring the world and I'm stuck here. Makes me feel like I'm a little bit more in touch with everything that's happening. I appreciate you guys stopping by. It does mean a lot. I really don't have all that much to talk about. I was hoping you guys were going to ask me some questions, have some comments of your own. What are you guys feeling? Are you guys burned out with the price of cryptocurrency in the markets lately? I mean, we are moving sideways. We are just waiting for something. Is that how it feels to you? Are you feeling like the jaws sound in the backyard or in the background as we possibly head down to these lower numbers of 6,000, right? Or are you thinking that we're going to head up? Are you thinking that as we head towards the holidays here that we're going to be seeing all new highs, breaking past that $14,000 barrier, definitely getting over this $11,000 hurdle, heading towards all-time like 20,000, 25,000? I mean, that would be crazy to see something like that after how there was so much anticipation in the beginning of the year. And now as we're coming in towards the end of the year, it's like everyone's waiting for the horse to run a little faster, and it's not really getting there. So you think you might not have a winning horse as the race comes to a close. Paul Rouleau, my man, I'm glad that you could make it out here, my friend. What is going on with Backed? Well, I mean, we have custodialship open, but we don't see future contracts coming out until the 23rd. Right. The question at hand is are we going to see the same thing like we've seen with BitMix? And pretty much it's going to start suppressing the price of Bitcoin because everyone's going to want to short it. So that's another one of these. You got to time tells, because on the other hand, everyone's saying that because it's actually backed by Bitcoin, because it's going to force them to need Bitcoin and utilize the network, that it's going to cause the price of Bitcoin to go up. So I don't know. Time tells, right? It's one of these. Is that why everything's so slow right now? Is this like the calm before the storm? Or are we like looking across the pond and it's a mere reflection right now and people are getting bored thinking that it's a lazy day when, right, we're just 2 weeks away. 2 weeks away from everything changing, right? Bitcoin never seeing below $10,000 levels because Backed is open and, the market's gone crazy and financial institutional investors have been able to come flooding into the market, driving the Bitcoin price to all new highs. Possibly. Who am I to say? I'm just Eugene Forrest, right? I'm just some guy in Florida who loves Bitcoin because of the decentralization and how it empowers everybody. All right, we got some more going on in the chat. Don't care for now. The price. I'll stop accumulating when we get to 100K. I'm not saying that I'm done accumulating forever. I'm just saying that I'd like to see what happens, right? I want to see what happens when Back opens. There is the good potential that the price of Bitcoin could go down. I'm not giving financial advice. I'm just saying it's not going to hurt me if I miss the opportunity and we start to go up, right? It's not like I got a lot of money sitting on the sidelines to go ahead and purchase up some Bitcoin. Most of it's already bought Bitcoin. All right, you guys. Well, please comment in the chat. Let me know what you guys want. Let me guys know what you're thinking about these markets or whatever you want to discuss. Other than that, I don't really have all that much more to talk about. I really don't have that much all to rant about. Let's see, what do we got coming out down the pipeline? Still haven't put out that Bitcoin laundry, the mixer video. I was messaging with Samantha earlier trying to figure out when she was going to be able to be here with me, because I told you guys I wanted to have her in the video as well, because it makes it better when I have somebody do a little more commentary with me. I know that she said that she has requested Tuesday off of next week, so she'll definitely be here for a Tuesday episode. You guys got to hit the notification bell. I've been continuing to try out with the 7 o'clock. It seems to be a nice, sun setting time. Mosquitoes haven't come out yet. You guys seem to be able to get over here and join us in the chat. But as the clocks do continue to turn backwards in the beginning of November, us missing the first week of October due to Wakana, right? Our time is going to be limited before we have to go ahead and change up these clocks again. Also, Samantha's going to be trying to get another job. I think she said that she has an interview coming up next week for down in Ocala at a different hotel. So we can all cross our fingers for that. So hopefully she'll be able to stop working so much. All right, let's see. What do we got going on here? I think the market will pick up next month. It would be nice to see the market pick up next month. I always like it when everybody's just naysaying out there, and then all of a sudden, the price of Bitcoin comes up 10%. It just smash it in their face. Take that. Forget you. Bitcoin's doing way better than anything you thought. But I've also seen it do the opposite as well and make me look like I got schmutz on my face. Let's see what else we got here. Give Sam our love. All right, I will. She should be getting home in about 40 minutes. I probably should go get something going and warm up dinner that I had made earlier for her. All right, you guys, I appreciate you coming out here. I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to hear my ranting loons about Bitcoin and how it's going to change the world. But of course, all we have to do is continue trying like we are, right? A bunch of small steps will eventually get us there. We know that it only takes a little bit of erosion to create big things over a long time. So as we continue to meet and talk about Bitcoin, it is making a difference. So I appreciate you coming out here night after night to continue to talk about Bitcoin and continue our education as we spread awareness about this. Of course, I have a free help desk listed down below. Right. It's at my email. If you'd like to keep things anonymous, there's a Proton email as well. You can hit me up on them. Other than that, I'm posting to 2 other social media sites, Twitter and Facebook, so you guys can keep up what's going on with the channel, get some notifications. I usually get them out a couple minutes beforehand. Hit the subscribe button, right? Hit the notification bell. Always helps. Hit the thumbs up. That helps out the channel. All right, you guys, go out there. Have a great evening. And remember to keep that Bitcoin safe. Later.